Do. Boom, we're speed running this. Boom. All right. Hi. I'm as they say very late. But with good reason. I took a nap. Because I was very sleepy. And there is also a thing I've been kind of cooking up an alternate schedule. I'll release it later. Nothing too major, but what is important is that the days I'll be streaming will have a slight shift. We're going to be moving away from Tuesday blocks for next month. We're going to keep everything as is right now, but next month we're going to actually try something. Which is going to be real fun. I will hopefully have more planned for the next month proper, but starting next month, we're going to be shifting from our mismanaged schedule to basically, we still have the A block, B block schedule. It's just that the A and B block now have a little bit of, they're a little bit more uniform. For the most part, unless something like a collab or anything special happens on the weekend, we are no longer going to be streaming on Saturday or Sunday. Starting next month, I think next Sunday we will still be streaming. It's just that, starting next month, Saturdays and Sundays are no longer days I stream on. And Thursday is still gonna be a day I don't typically stream on. I don't typically stream on Thursdays regardless, but there is a special instance with this Thursday. This Thursday's special because I moved a D&D. I rescheduled a thing for tomorrow. And so I obviously couldn't stream tomorrow because of said reasons. So I'm streaming today. That said, the days we're going to be looking at is for a week. We're going to have, well, for both weeks, we're going to have Final Fantasy XIV designated to the Monday of both weeks. On A weeks, we're going to have Yakuza or Tales of Berseria. Give myself a little bit of leeway, so you'll know it's going to be one of those two things. So we're currently on Yakuza 4, and we're doing Tales of Berseria or Yakuza on the Wednesday of week A. Friday's week A is a free space. We can play literally anything on that day. I feel like just having a nice day where I'm not really committed to anything in particular is pretty good to have. As for the Wednesday and Friday of B week, for B week, we're gonna have XCOM 2 or Elden Ring. We're gonna start Elden Ring. We'll see how we like it. we're going to still have a free space during the morning of Fridays, but if I can get all of my players for Song of Three Realms up and added, we're going to be having Song of Three Realms done on the Friday evening slot. The elusive evening slot. There isn't going to be any streams on... it'd be... we're not going to have any streams on A week Saturdays or B week Sundays. Well, we might have one on B week Sundays, but not A week Saturdays. I mean, they're considered our errand and rest days. You'll see when I have the schedule actually out. So we're gonna be moving away from streaming on the weekends in any capacity, but that does not mean that I might feel a little bit antsy and just decide to stream anyways. And so that's what the next month is going to look like. For the evening slots, I might make a special use case that that A week Tuesday and A week Tuesday and Saturday evening, as well as B week Sunday evening, I might try to set up collabs next month. We'll see how that pans out. The main reason for the big shift is we're currently at least on the Twitch side of things. I know if you're coming in from YouTube, it would be a little less relevant. Because we have fuck all on YouTube, but on Twitch we have like 86 people, which thank you for that. And I was just thinking to myself, we have a decent amount of, like, we have the people. We might try to see if we can't attempt to get affiliate status during the course of next month. I feel like we should, like, do a full-on push. So we're gonna have more designated streaming days during next month. I plan to have little small awards for maybe have like some like decent little incentives. I think the big one being that, like, if we get affiliate status, we get emotes. So, which that'll be nice. That'll be nice to have. I think that is all I wanted to say for now. I think that's it. Yeah, we're just to make it clear to the people at home what A week and B week. I work on a bi-weekly schedule, and so as such I kind of have to shift my life around that bi-weekly schedule, so I can't work I can't stream just any evening because I work those evenings typically. Today is a special case, but we are just like, hey, what is A week, what is B week? Um, A week will be brain, do the brain thing. A weeks are weeks in which I have the weekend off. It's like I have the weekend off after. It starts with me having a Tuesday off, and then I have Saturday off, and then B weeks I tend to have Sunday off and Friday off. So that's how A week and B week works. We are on the Friday off one, so we are currently in a B week. And we will be starting. We will be starting on a B week. So the first stream of the month should be first stream of the month should be on the 3rd. Yeah, that looks about right. Sorry, that was a rather long-winded announcement, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's up. But without further ado, sorry for the late stream. I was napping. I was, as they were, quite literally sleeping with my girlfriend. Not like anything sexual, just quite literally sleeping. This resulted in me sleeping longer than expected. I only meant to be asleep an hour. I proceeded to be asleep for like... I went to sleep near 6, woke up near 10. So like I slept a good 4 hours. Alright. Nice to see that I am officially live. Also, not really an announcement, but hey, here's the... On Final Fantasy XIV, I actually did, for once, do some fucking grinding off stream. We're level 42 in Astrologian. We are close to legitimately having... we're close to legitimately being able to use Astrologian for our story quests. Which, that's a little hype. Considering we're going to be going a little bit longer, we might... Me asking the important questions, such as, do I want to... Oh yeah, we also changed up our gear for Astrologian, because I spent some time... crafting. I should repair all my shit. It looks close to breaking. But yeah. It's gonna be nice when I switch over to... When I finally get Astrologian to level 50, and I'm able to just hand it all of the same gear as White Mage. Because then that'll just, like, save up so much slots. But I kind of like what we're doing with Astrologian in terms of color scheme. Differentiating it from from White Mage by going with like a more dark outfit rather than a green. But I like the little leggings like underneath the pants. It's very nice. Okay, let's check the aft castle, see if there's anything we want to be distracted by first. You fools, because I have gone to sleep, that means I'm more awake. And because I'm more awake, I'm more of a problem. Oh, by the way, the Undertale stream was... Let's see. Oh, we might want to make a choker. For fun. Yeah, let's make some stuff. Always be the category before. Be a fluorite choker. We need a fluorite. We could go to Camp Drybone. But do I? Do I want to go all the way there? I'm seeing if I want to be distracted with anything in particular. You know what? Nah, let's get distracted with something else. Let's not do a typical distraction. Let's Oh, then again, I could grind out Astrologian off screen. We can maybe wait for Astrologian to shine. Yeah, let's wait. You know what? I know what a more proper distraction is. Side quests. Oh, I know another thing I did. I accidentally triggered I triggered a cutscene because I talked to a guy about the plan. I think, yeah, I talked to the people over there because I want to do the side quest, and I thought they were going to be giving me the side quest, but I was stupid. I look worried, you say? Nothing of the sort. I was simply thinking about something. The rebuilding of Falcon's Nest, in fact. The damage from the calamity and the freezing winds it brought with it was tremendous. Even the rats fled, driven out by the cold. With the imposter Gulaim dealt with, we can move forward with the rebuilding of the fortifications. I'm truly delighted and proud to be part of it, but and it's no simple task. The heretics' various supporters are obviously still a major concern, and the high houses still have their squabbles and disputes with the citizenry. Frankly, there's no end to the difficulties we face. Just yesterday, some valuable supplies went missing, stolen from within this very fortress, right beneath our noses. We've got no leads, and we don't have the resources to scour the highlands looking for supplies. But if you happen to see a group of suspicious-looking fellows carrying a large crate with them, it may well be our stolen goods. Please recover them for us. I assume that doesn't open. Oh, how do you do there, dearie? Not many people have time to talk to someone like me. I wanted to go and visit my husband's grave, but my back is troubling me dreadfully. Do you have the time to do a kindness for a weary old woman? It would mean the world to me if you could take these flowers to Gogangne Mills and place them on my husband's grave. Just gotta pick up several quests at once. I can make all of these myself and probably better, but whatever. You'd like to help out, would you? I suppose there's something you might be able to lend a hand with. We're short of food stuff. There's plenty of Steinbocks wandering around just outside the fortress. Please slay a few of them and bring me their meat. I'd say 3 should be enough for the time being. It's horrible stuff. It's tough like boot leather and tastes like it too, but we can't afford to be picky around here, especially not with our food stores looking the way they do. Alright. We can let this person be our sustenance. You're telling me these don't taste delicious? Nice thing about hitting a bunch of side quests all at once is we can have our lilies charge real fast. I mean, not that we'll probably need the lilies. We're 6 levels over leveled. But they're fun to have. Get nuked. Alright, that's 2 of them. Probably smarter to take the bridge. Travel. This is a fun little thing. Always fun to just hit someone up with a heal as you pass by. Fucking Trey. Hello, Alphino. Just a simple farmhouse. It makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. Master Chaosin, our findings, you say? There's something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming, and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our numbers were badly wounded. You cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves. Polar bear. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hand stops shaking, I shall prove more of a hindrance than a help. Pray, go on ahead. When you're certain that that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Gotta fight the spooky bears in the basement. You know, I still pick bear. Alright. Simple enough. Hello, Estinian. My inquiries availed me of naught. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frozen had bitten the hardest. The beasts are slain. My thanks, Master Kelson. We may return to our duty without fear of a maulin. We are running out of things. Let's do a little bit of kerfucking with our bag. I think we can put that in there. We're not going to be using that anytime soon. See if there's any duplicates I can stack. Or even want to stack. We probably have a decent bit of... Yeah, skin. There we go. I could stack that. Probably sell some of these materials. We could put the paint in there. Stack the dodo feathers. Oh, you know what? Can read that. Yeah. Unless it requires us to be level 30, but I think it just requires us to be level 15. There we go. Made some space. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is that not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw. But wager these epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. There's hardly a choice at all. This outfit looks real comfy. I would love to wear something like this. Dear Mario Brothers. We have kidnapped Princess Peach and placed her into one of our 7 Koopa hotels. Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? Yes, I have. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master of Levier and Sir Estinian, we have more than a dozen letters. What have we here then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings between Gorgagne Mills heretics and their fellows in the Alpha Amphitheater. There were a few requests for foodstuff, clothing, and all manner of provisions, so its followers must yet inhabit the ruins we thought abandoned. Grab one of those. The Alpha Amphitheater. The very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot be swiftly crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Aethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreda succeeded in recreating the Alpha beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Izehart. At the same time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgagne Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel systems, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. Our Durandar created soldiers at the Western Highlands. At the Western Highlands entrance, after the tunnels were cleared, but it will not deny us entry. We're going to do a quick teleport over to there. Gonna turn in a bunch of quests. Oh, you know what? We need some of our shit mended. Item comparison. The weapon says it has lower damage, but on the flip side, it has better stats? There's less critical hit, but more vitality, mind, and piety. And then a lot of determination. Honestly, we could try it out. Also, it'll just be nicer to look at. Now let's throw some of these out. Oh, it looks a bit like Louis Suarez shit. That's neat. Have you found the stolen supplies? Yes. Yes. This is the very crate that was stolen. Looks very much like the heretic's handiwork. But there's something in there that shouldn't be. A feather ornament? Whatever could it mean? It looks like a type of ornament that was popular in Falcon's Nest before the calamity. This sort of thing is of no use here. A mere decorative trinket, but there is someone who might have been interested in it. There's a humorous old man named Segan who collects antiques from the small mountain village that used to be here at Falcon's Nest. I'm sure he would love to take a look at something like that. Do you think you could do me a favor and take it to him? Alright. Our small little side objectives. Oh. Quest is over there. Thank you ever so much for that, dearie. I'm sure my husband appreciated that. Well, that or he's turning in his grave shouting, "Do it yourself, you lazy hag." He used to be a great knight under House Durandal, you know. He was tutor to the house's heir, training him in the ways of combat. I was so proud of him having a job like that. And the heir himself was ever such a bright young lad. A genius if there ever was one. But one day, the poor boy set out to see the realm and didn't come back. We never saw him again. After that, my husband just wasn't the same. He ended up stepping down from his position and cutting his ties with the nobility. He became a farmer and started the farm at Gorgonne Mills. I think he just couldn't stand to be reminded of that boy every day he was at House Durandal. You have the Steinbach meat? Yes, I do. You have it already? Marvelous. I'm sure you're wondering what I plan to do with something so unappetizing. It's really simple. I'm gonna leave it outside until it's frozen right through. Falcon's Nest is one of Ishgard's first lines of defense against the Dravanian hordes. We need to resist the dragon's fiercest onslaught, but we also need to outlast prolonged, protracted sieges. Once frozen, this meat will last for a very long time. It may not taste good, but it'll keep our troops fighting until when the supply lines have been cut. Thank you for providing it. We will take this. Damn. Thunderdome. Do you want something? Yes, please. There you go. Ah, used to see these all the time before the calamity. Back before Falcon's Nest ended up looking like this. The heretics bring back some memories. You say you was left with supplies stolen by the heretics? Oh, wait. Well, thank you in any case. Alright, let's see if these have been helping my Aether Currents. Nope, none of these counted. That feather you gave me, I've not seen it in a long, long time. It brought back memories. The village here grew years ago, around the barracks housing the Guardian scouting forces. It may have been a small village, but it had a long, rich history. Being so close to the Dravanian border, it had its fair share of legend and wisdom passed down from generation to generation. But after the calamity and the freezing winds it brought, the whole village was lost to the ice. Thanks to House Zemel, the fortress's reconstruction is progressing rapidly, but the village and all the belongings left behind in the calamity's aftermath still lie beneath the snow. I'd wager that feather ornament you found was previously dug up around here. I seek out and collect relics from before the calamity. Everyone is so focused on rebuilding, nobody seems to care but one jot for the past. I suppose I ought to get back out there and sift through these snowdrifts. If you find anything out there yourself, let me know. Oh, they have a brighter unicorn? Alright. Seems to be more players online. I say that, but normally it's the same amount, it's just there are more in queue. I sure hope these things count. If not, I'll be so mad. There are a lot of fates on this map, too. Whoops. Very interesting that they have alt colors for the unicorn. How do we get up there? Sadly, we cannot Skyrim horse this. Oh, but I see a path. Some ways beyond here lies Camp Riversmeet. The camp was once the center of luscious pastures, a prime grazing field for cattle and other livestock. Now there's not more than wolves. Pray drive the beasts away with sword and spell. Slay 3 silver wolves. Let them learn to fear us. And that will be over yonder. Benediction. Hello, little doggo. Get ready to perish. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll kill you. Get some free hits. Fuck it, I'll eat it. Oh, you missed anyways. I am not punished for my dumb decisions. Fuck you. Perish. Because there's bits of map I haven't explored. I should probably do that. You know, while I'm in the area. Damn. Let me up. You slut. I'll kill you. I'll go out on a limb and say that there's no side quests here. Just an educated guess. Damn, it really just says do 5 quests and you ask which ones and it just says yeah. Shrug. Oh. What, you expect me to know? Fuck you. Why would I know that? I gave you the objective. You're the one that's supposed to do it. In doing it, it requires that you figure it out. That's part of the objective, you see. I know the problem. I threw myself off a cliff, and I need to go back up the cliff. We have ourselves a harvester. What are you gonna do? Stop me? You did hit me a little hard. But you're not going to stop me. You've already slain those horde wolves. You have my thanks. There was a time when there are Ishgardian troops stationed at Camp River's Mead. Should we recover the camp, were we able to station soldiers there again, it would make our patrol safer. Let them cover more area. Before long, we shall move to reclaim the camp. When that time comes, I may call upon your services again. Did that count? No. Leave them with that. Here, this will help. You actually found something. Yes. Maybe you really know how I feel. Maybe you're just helping an old man out of pity. Whichever it is, I still owe you my thanks. I've never been happier than when we first started talking about rebuilding Falcon's Nest. I thought I'd finally have the old village back. Of course, the Holy See wasn't interested in the village at all. They just wanted their fortress, and now it's bigger and grander than ever. The Falcon's Nest I knew, that small village I grew up in, it's been lying under all the snow ever since the calamity. All the villagers who could never return home, they've all had to move to the capital. It's for them that I'm digging through all the snow, trying to recover that lost history. Did that count? I hope that counts. No, it doesn't count. Fuck. What counts? I'm mad. We have a new quest. Greetings, Master Kyosin. Thank you again for your earlier help. As it happens, I was hoping to enlist your aid once more. Several of the garrison have already fallen suddenly ill, and with no obvious cause. If it is but a simple cold, then so be it. But I have a feeling there's something more sinister going on. I want to mount an investigation, but I simply do not have the men. If you would gather information from the troops manning the fort, it'd be of tremendous assistance. A mysterious illness. Well, my comrade-in-arms was complaining of stomach pains after dinner last night, but I'm merely sure that the meal disagreed with him. You're looking into the soldiers that fell sick as of late. As it happens, my brother has been stuck in bed since last night. A pity. It was the first time in months we were able to share a meal together. Is it just food poisoning? Are they all just like shitting themselves? Throw me into the fire. You. You want to know about the sickness that's been going around lately? Well, my colleagues have been bedridden since dinner last night, and he won't stop moaning about it. I'll admit the soup was pretty flavorless, but he could stand to be a little less dramatic about it. What news have you of this mysterious illness, Master Garson? I see, so each person that fell sick did so after eating dinner. Every meal served here at Falcon's Nest is prepared, or at least overseen by Norterel, the head chef. I'd find it hard to believe you'd let something this severe go undetected, but we cannot ignore the facts. Pray ask Norterel what he has to say about this. Find out whatever you can. We must determine what is behind this. You see, they had a buckwheat allergy? Yes. Do you want something? Just what are you trying to imply? I take my work very seriously, and I certainly wouldn't do anything to breach the trust of the troops I'm responsible for feeding. I'll admit some folk don't care for my traditional Coerthan cooking, but the ingredients are of the highest quality. I check them every morning. The only thing I can't vouch for is the wine. I don't drink, never touch the stuff. Perhaps the wine is the problem. We need to check the bottles to be sure. But I've already returned them to the sutler. Quickly and go and get them back before he leaves. He should still be at the airship landing. Dramatic music. People are shitting themselves. That shit has lead in it. Come back. Oh, you're looking for wine bottles? The ones from last night. It'll be around here somewhere. Any older than that, they'd already been collected. There is lead in the wine. Do you have the bottles? Yes, we have the bottles. Marvelous. Let's see if anything smells out of the ordinary. Ooh, something is definitely amiss. Only a trained nose, like that of an expert chef, would be able to pick it out. But this wine has been tampered with. I suggest you take this bottle to Redwald. I'm all but certain that last night's wine is behind the 6 soldiers. Ah, you returned. Was Notarel able to shed any light on the situation? What? He thinks the wine caused the sickness? 7 hells, it must have been poisoned. My thanks, Master Kyosen. Now we know what the cause of this sickness. Well, now the cause of this illness. There's only one thing left to do. Does that count? No, what counts? We may have confirmed that that poison was causing the illness that struck the fort, but there's one thing still left to do. Find those responsible for this reprehensible crime and bring them to justice. Orion is in charge of logistics here. I suspect that if you show her this bottle, she should be able to tell you where it came from. Hello there. Is there something I can help you with? What? The wine that was in this bottle was the cause of the sickness plaguing the fortress. A records show where it came from, who handled it, and... Wait, the crate of supplies you recovered for me previously, the one that had been stolen by the heretics, it was full of wine. I was almost certain that this bottle was in this crate. I'd wager that the heretics poisoned the wine, counting on us recovering it. As a matter of fact, I've been looking into that case lately. It seems that the culprit had accomplices. They've been seen several times at Camp Riversmeet lately. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still looking for another opportunity to poison us. See if you can't press them for any information. Report to Redwald with anything you're able to find out. I feel like that's a war crime. However, the Geneva Convention does not exist in this universe, so I guess it's fair game. Hello, Guppy Shanks. How you doing? We trained a gibbon to know which quests count and didn't count. And it killed itself. We trained a gibbon to know which quests counted for ether currents and which it didn't. It proceeded to then kill itself. Do the quests not exist yet? So you found out about the poison and came here looking for answers? Well, give up. The poison is made of dragon venom. There is no antidote. Everyone who drank it will die, and so will you. Cool story, bro. However... perish. I feel like you could make an antidote, though. It would just require us to slay a dragon. Fuck it, I'm not navigating this. That's just a kaiju. You think if it stuck it... Wait, no. You think you could see it through your stomach if it... Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Greetings, Master Chaosin. Oran has already apprised me of the situation. She tells me you might have information regarding the poisonings. Oh. There's a breed of dragon that breathes poisonous breath. If you were to make a poison by concentrating the toxic component of their breath, it would be almost impossible to formulate an antidote. We have precious little information, Master Chaosin, as I'd hoped you might assist us once more. This report describes the symptoms of the poisoned soldiers. Please show it to anyone you think might be able to assist in the formulation of an antidote. I suggest starting with our chef, Nortorel. He's a cook. How the fuck would he know? Oh, you're that one. You're that lad from earlier. Have you caught the people who poisoned that wine yet? I see. So the poison was made. It was most likely made from concentrated dragon venom. I don't know a great deal about venomous dragons, but I do remember reading something about poison-breathing dragons in a book of old from before the calamity. Sadly, I can't remember the specifics given how old the book was. Perhaps you might be able to find someone more knowledgeable about the 6th Astral Era. I have no idea what the fuck counts. If what do you want? Poison made from concentrated dragon venom. Ah yes, there is a story passed down through the generations in the old village of Falcon's Nest about dragons that breathe poison. Beware the beast with poison breath, whose claws and breath bring naught but certain death. The ancient dragon's noxious mist is born from eating of the poison's viper's thorn. Thorny viper is the same type of toxic brambleweed. This toxic is said to be the source of the dragon's poisonous breath. If we can find a creature immune to the thorny viper, we should be able to study this immunity to develop an antidote to the dragon's poison. There is a beast that lives near Gorgagne Mills, the Black Blood Zoo. They say it primarily feeds on the thorny viper. Its blood may hold the key to saving the afflicted soldiers. Take these provisions and travel to Gorgagne Mills. This is an herb that when burned should attract the zoo. When you reach the mill, use this ember and burn the herbs. The scent should draw the beast out of hiding. Slay it and recover its blood. You got the motherfucking right to remain violent. Oh, that's all the way over there. So what I'm gonna do... Be stupid. I hear a train coming. Let me just... I forgot to unmute for a second there. Ah, the guests of House Fortems, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Ark Afar beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we should arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem like a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard! Is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We've come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, or we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we all And we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. Oh, I can't use the size.
Your guard is down.
We have an actual DPS here. Yeah, maybe we should try some Dragon Blood Alpha now. Sounds fucking cool. Behold, an AoE. You're fucking massive.
Focus. Release. Know your folly.
Perish. Nice debuff. It doesn't really. There we go. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. No sign of Lady Iceheart. What the... We could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you may be so good to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the dreaming dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of a frozen lake of ash pool. Some 5 years ago, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was awakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ashen cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should hasten to this ashen isle. The dreaming dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the beast, however, there's another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Bulls. Their leader, Gentilar, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all that there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with this convictors and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Alright, taking ourselves a slight detour. By slide, I mean a bit large. Really do be like really do be like, hey, we vaguely have an idea where things are. Okay, we can't go up that way, it seems. Also, the little bob of the camera is not the game. That's just my elbows on my knee, and I am bobbing it. Oh, wait, fuck. Okay, now can we climb up? We can. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It'd be really cool if any of those quests I did counted. We're doing a full-on quest storyline, and that shit's still not counting. But they say, hey, do the regular yellow quests. If it ends up being blue ones, I'm filleting chat with teeth. I'm degloving a layer of skin off your cock. If it ends up that all of these normal quests didn't count for shit for ether currents, if it's like, yeah, none of these are actually a factor, it was the blue quests and not the yellow ones, like you said it was, I am peeling you like a potato. We'll take a small little trip, see if there's any hidden things here. Alright, to my knowledge, these are the only... These are in fact the only place, unless there's like, in a very small area, a hidden quest. Perish. Please die. Okay, well, you slowly die due to wind magic. I'm using these teas that nice chef gave me. She's gonna warp over the Falcon's Nest. Have you retrieved the zoo's blood? Yes, this should do nicely. An antidote may well be possible after all. Master Chaosin, I spied you down here and hurried down, hoping you could inform me of the status of your investigation. Or any closer to a cure? Well, if it isn't the commander of the reconstruction program. This young lad here cares about our folklore and culture. He helped recover relics from the buried village of Falcon's Nest. In return, I passed on an ancient legend that was likewise passed down to me by my ancestors. The zoo blood this young man gathered can be used to create an antidote. Take it to your brightest alchemist and have them formulate the cure. If you can move quickly, you can still save those poisoned soldiers. This is a very slow acting poison. Good grief, to think those old legends could bear the solution to a problem like this. I shall call for the Holy See's best alchemists immediately. Master Sigan, we have been so focused on moving forward that we lost sight of where we've come from. To be frank, I thought you were but a fool who could not let go of the past. But in light of these things, I have been forced to reconsider. The culture and traditions of Falcon's Nest hold great value. They are truly priceless. If it pleases, perhaps you would be so kind to lend us your assistance in an excavation of the village. I can only offer my most sincere apologies for how little we've done to make you feel welcome until now. As you've said yourself, Redwald, I can't let go of the past, but I understand that everything you've done to protect the people of Ishgard. I can't help but feel that there are issues more deserving of your resources than an archaeological dig. Very well. How might this suit you then? If you ever happen to pass by the fortress of Falcon's Nest, whenever you might happen to stop by our halls, we should be sure to have a hot bowl of soup waiting for you. In exchange, I ask that you pass on the legends and stories of the old village of Falcon's Nest, such that we may learn from your knowledge and wisdom. Does that strike you as a better arrangement? A nice suggestion, I suppose. But I can't stand the taste of your Ishgardian cooking. Your cooks are far too heavy-handed with the salt and spice. If that is your only objection, you need not worry. Our head chef is a Coerthan man. Our troops are always complaining about his Coerthan-style cooking, that his soup is too thin and bland. I suspect it may suit you perfectly. A Coerthan chef, you say? I may enjoy the food after all. It may be true that the Falcon's Nest is no longer a small village, but we are still home to the same people. We still have a responsibility to carry this culture and history on into the future. Though the village itself may be lost to time and snow, we have the opportunity to find a new path to lead these people to peace and prosperity. Carving the path is my charge. Come, let me introduce you to our chef. We can enjoy a bowl of thin Coerthan soup together. Man likes a white boy cooking. Damn. None of that counted. Do 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 do. Chat. You said the yellow quests were important. None of those counted. We have done all the yellow quests I've seen. That massive detour was on you. Unless it was the shit marked in blue? In which case... Damn. You know what? Let's look it up. Let's look up the thing. Alright. Aether current quests. Chat, you said yellow quests. Chat, you said you said the yellow quests. I have looked it up. It is blue. It is the blue quest. I'm eating one of you. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Zemel asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs. But the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. I'd ask the Dragoons to do it, but they're so busy it'd be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there's so many of the beasts that I feel are being swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable man. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I could finish off the rest myself. Chat. You guys said it was the yellow quests. You're in detention. We're just gonna sit here. Your misinformation is causing this detour to be as long as it is. Nice try, idiot. Get stunned. Upland Dawn. He really be at the, I guess, Long John Silver's, I don't know. Upland Dawn. He really out here fucking your mom. I gotta say that shit is crazy. I'd write more lyrics, but I'm kinda lazy. You already killed 3 of them? Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Please, take this. It's a cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mylodons have made it difficult to access the area. The bridge has been left to fall apart. After I repaired the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. Alright. Okay, and then some of these we can't even do yet until we finish our next quest. I am mildly nettled. We did all that for, it wasn't nothing. It just wasn't what I thought I was doing it for. But now we know that it will just straight up tell you if it counts, which is good. We also know that they're blue and they're blue and not yellow. I'm sorry, you guys were looking at the internet dresses for too long. Couldn't tell the difference between blue and yellow. Well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days, ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! The armor, the lance, the azure dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jandalar, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Lord Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Azure Dragoon's company. Since you're here anyways, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what it is like for us Convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect, unless you've been at it for years like I have. I think it prudent to start with something simple and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest Realms. Slay 3 of those and come back here. Consider it a warm-up. Huh. Interesting. And we're gonna ask you. Cowards, all of you. Wait, what do you look like? Okay. Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your pardon. Wait, are you not Master Kyosin, Honored Ward of House Fortramps? Praise Alone. Surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil? Westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the Horde's approach. 'Twas lost following the calamity. Another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lie a priceless treasure which must be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems that courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Alright. We got a couple of things we can do, but first, let's talk to Alphino. Surely one of these people have encountered heretics while hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go bother Paraquet, or someone? I've enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. It's no business of mine what folk do with themselves out here in the wild. No, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Rightmo, Veramon, or Bertanon that wanders in and out of camp? Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Do a Paraquet. Something I can help you with, my lord. Heretics, is it? Never seen one myself, but I ain't say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Paraquet, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Chantelor's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. I may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so quickly. Maybe constructs weren't such a good idea. So to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tribe and asked for seconds. They told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then am I minded to start a fire? Want to help me out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you noticed the dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out here. Take polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers a little? Killing 4 or so should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Alright. We got a lot of killing to do. That's one. Get some combos in there. How about we do a little... Let's just go into DPS mode real quick. I feel like there's some way up. Well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees to those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat, but do they listen? I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I say you'd be compensated, and I'm true to your word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. I fucking love coffee. We need to somehow get up there to kill some of these beasties. There's some. Get Kerr blasted. Get some size in there. That's 2 of them. Sadly, you don't get a little bit of a speed boost for getting some of these. Slain those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Good work, lad. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. It sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak with me again sometime. And that will be our last one. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also describes in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged of deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Lore? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. You may need to burn more than one, ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Elfino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us begin. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Okay, got multiple things. That's one. Boom. Gotta take a little bit of a detour. Oh, we have like a dungeon to do. From the looks of it. Do we need to complete the dungeon or merely see it exists? We probably have to beat it. Please perish. What's this? A Waterhouse Fortemps wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and guards only. No, what else, are you not? Or just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to see a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind you, but something different altogether. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill himself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Fuck it. Bro. Bro. Okay. Ah. Fuck. That's such a bullshit mechanic. I do not like that enemy. What? All right. Uh... Turning out better. We should be getting our mana back. Yeah, we're more or less good. Microwave some of these enemies. Get into the microwave. Well, that makes that convenient. Damn. This gimmick sucks. I do not like his gimmick. I don't think the cover works sometimes. Uh, pass. Pass. Agreed. We will make our trek back. Me slapping in like 8 hot effects with the same energy as the like with enough will and it's just image of like older lady. It's just like a bunch of boxes of fertility medication. Do you have it, Master Gyalthen? Yes. Yes, there's no mistaking it. At last, it is ours once more. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Johelmeric on his. One day, they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, the suspicion of heresy, what rot. He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command at the Dusk Vigil and found the ice rondo to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. But no more, no more. It is back with the family, where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort, yet in my waning years I must accept what little that can be had. Man, so much faster now that it is so much faster for the for finding these currents now that I know that it's not the yellow quests, it is the blue ones. And in some instances, story quests. I was like, I would just do some of the yellow quests off screen, and then I didn't do that, and it's like, oh yeah, turns out some of these aren't even like what we need. It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alvino. He must have been a privileged upbringing. I'll view the hides we need. Forgot to tell you something called Fall Guys event will start in Gold Saucer.
Ah, I should have known it would be you.
The dreaded Gold Saucer. I might return there, perhaps. Not much of a Fall Guys person, but it could be fun. But yes, we have learned that it is not Yellow Quest, it is Blue Quest that gets the Ether Currents. So, I did a bunch of yellow quests for nothing. But that's fine. We got some chamomile tea out of it. Out of some of it. Got voice acting.
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
It will end June 10th. We wish to speak with you.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
Perhaps.
If you
It
but
could be
knew the
romantic.
truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
I mean, sure.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home.
Oh yeah, this place used to be
Unfortunately for them,
green.
Kurthas was already
So
home
wild to
to
think
dragonkind,
about.
and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm, Heavensward, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose.
They're
Scarce
elves
has the
too.
flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity.
That is pretty
Though
fucking
loath
metal.
to perform the deed, Heavensward ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It
I
is
thought
said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
we have the Azure Dragoon next to us.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
He carried it with him. I was wondering.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Oh? I thought we lost the echo. Or is it back? Seems it's waking back up. Interesting.
Is autumn miss, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Might be getting Heidelin's blessing back.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Try me, Parthenax. Freebird. You are Lore, yes? Please address me as Isail, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that the fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the Warrior of Light, but history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. How is Dravania doing so well? Maybe because their area isn't nearly as fucked. Thank goodness, I no longer have to deal with this fucked terrain. There's separate quests for Mount Speed.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
Really liking using a narrator for this. There are more ether currents. That's right. I see one right there. Literally right there. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al shall take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. The tailfeathers was built by... Well, tailfeather was built by hunters, who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. The leader, Marschamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival. And he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there'll be no objections. Only to the ceaseless chatter, if we are to meet this acquaintance of yours. Let us do it before Ishgard burns. We're on a diplomatic mission. You could be less rude. Alright, let's... tune. Southwest. Oh, probably down there. That makes sense. I wish the compass told you where the closest one is, because I bet some of these aetheryte currents are just like... They're way closer than expected. No, you have to do hunts to get ally seals, then you can get writing map from the hunt billmaster and your grand company, at least for AR places. And for Heavensward, it is Centurio seals. Okay. Well, I won't be fucking with any of that. Also, hello, Ashiva. We're a level from being able to do that. Just hanging around Dravania. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We got visitors. Oh, it ain't the loveliest sail. It's been too long, girl. It has, Marcham. Oh, Marcham. It has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Som Al. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course. Stay as long as you'd like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. Dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but am I not to understand? Do dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did the sail not explain things to you, boy? You seen them towering column trees all about, have you? If you're flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's candy enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for your explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop a sail here, but dragons ain't the only thing you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Let us... grab some tank gear. For later. I see you've been making the rounds getting to know the hunters in these parts. Well, how you like to help a real hunter? I'm overseeing 3 camps set up to the east, but the lazy sods ain't sent me a report in over a fortnight, and I'm too bleeding busy to be playing messenger. You look fierce enough to get the information out of them. Simple job that'll earn you some coin. Can't rightly say no to that. If it tickles your fancy, then you'll need to talk to the leaders of each camp. Leonoff, Guernare, and, Amber. Hear what they have to say and you get back to me when you're done. And while we're here... Torime. That stuff still... actually, it might be. We'd have to compare. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, huh? Well, I'll tell you. The bloody Gnath. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megala crab and taught the thing how to walk on 2 legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties from homes in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lair, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it will be the closer to the Nast's home territory. Boys? Nope. It would seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath were not wont to cause much strife when I lived here. You lived here, in Dravania? Aye, 'twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. It was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgr. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could only contend with the sight of the majestic worm, or the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Varschan found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people. Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, were able to trade with them on occasion. You have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Som Ao and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path then. Very well. Let us follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we shall have a fair view of the road that leads to Som Ao. Shall we? We had this etherite attuned to. Oh, we've been going on for 3 hours. Huh. Well, we'll do this side quest real quick. The things are going well enough. I've been running into a bit of trouble with these giant bugs in these woods, though. Very dramatic music. Nothing out of the ordinary here. There's just the one bird that won't shut up. Haven't been able to catch a wink for all its bloody screeching. Hey, Aetheryte Compass, where's the nearest one? If I see one close by, I'ma piss on the compass. You didn't tell me crab was a crab. Reckon their camp is up there. Nope. Maybe we have to take a bit of a roundabout route. Nope. So that begs the question. Ah. Wait, is this not how you get up? How do you get up? Ah. That makes more sense. We'll sneak past you. It'd be kind of fucked if it was like, by the way, these beasts will just outspeed you. Had ourselves a bit of an incident. Whoop, what are we even looking at? Yep. Had ourselves a bit of an incident the other day. Some fiend came stomping out of the tree, lied and gobbled up one of our fresh-caught birds. Wasn't a damn thing we can do about it. If we keep going on in this area, we'll need some extra hands. You tell the chief that. We're pissing on the compass. Check it. You go, you stupid piece of... Okay. There we go. Should we chance to meet Marschamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I'd be standing here. Amid ruins that I would be tentatively describe as Ishgardian? The style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. This structure is in fact over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this as evidence of a harmonious path. I was taught that these buildings were constructed by the heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool, how desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Lord, pray reason with these two. Our goals are the same. Quite, lest you forget our goal is to prevent a war which claimed the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Lord's gift, in time the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estedian. You would have me keep my counsel until Lord's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Hraesvelgar will likely provide the catalyst. Lord's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Item comparison. It is still worse than what I have. Yeah, it is worse in every way. Alright, we're taking some beans instead. I think this, more or less, after we turn in this side quest, will be where we end this stream. We went on a little bit longer than expected, but that's fine. I went a bit later than expected, so. I'll see you guys. We're not going off the new schedule quite yet. Because that will be for next month. So we will have a stream Sunday. It's just that special circumstances has me doing a Thursday stream when I'd normally do a Friday one. So they all got issues, but none of them thought to ask me for help. Do they think I'll bite their heads off or something? At any rate, I'd best prepare to round up the birds from each camp. Thanks again for your help, friend. Say, since you're already stuck up in an acquaintance with all my people, maybe you'd be willing to lend them a hand. Seems they talk to you of their troubles readily enough. Ta-da! I will see you Sunday. As per usual, most sites, lore expectations. If you're looking on Twitter, it's lore expectatio 1, because Twitter fucked up my handle. See you around. And also, new schedule, because we might be pushing for affiliate next month. Because we actually have sizable community? It's a lot of lurking, but I mean, I don't have any issues with that. But let's see if next month we can actually make this like an affiliate. Make this channel an affiliate. You know, Twitch side. On YouTube, nowhere near nowhere near eligible for its equivalent. I'll see you guys around.